What are the best ways to get around Edinburgh? In this video, we're going to show you. This is an updated video to our 2019 video on how to get around Edinburgh. We're going to give you the most up-to-date information and current prices for various services. Let's get into it. Edinburgh is a very compact city, so the easiest way to get around is to walk. Edinburgh is quite hilly though, and many of the pavements have lots of cobbles, so be sure to pack a good pair of walking shoes. If you plan on going a little bit out of the city centre or are unable to walk very much, then taking the bus is the next best way to get around. Lothian Buses is the bus company that serves Edinburgh and the surrounding areas, and they have multiple branches under that umbrella, including Airlink and Skylink, which serve Edinburgh Airport, and East Coast Buses and Lothian Country, which serve areas outside of Edinburgh. The way to distinguish the buses that go within Edinburgh is the maroon and white color of the buses, and they should say Lothian City on the side. There are over 50 bus routes, making it really convenient to get around by bus. In this video, we will focus on the Lothian City buses. Now, how much does the bus cost and how do you buy a ticket? For Lothian City buses, a single bus ticket costs £2 per adult and £1 per child, aged between 5 and 15 years. You can also buy a day ticket for £5 per adult and £2.50 per child, which is worth it if you plan to take the bus at least 3 times in one day. If you'll be traveling between midnight and 4 a.m., you can buy a single night ticket for £3 per adult, or a late ticket, which offers unlimited journeys on day and night services after 6 p.m. for £4.50 per adult. You can find information on fares for East Coast Buses and Lothian Country in our accompanying blog post, which you'll find in the description below. The easiest way to buy a ticket is to use contactless payment when you hop on the bus. For adult tickets, the system will automatically cap your taps at £4.80 per day if you take the bus multiple times, so it's slightly cheaper than buying a day ticket for £5. They call this Tap Tap Cap. When you hop onto a Lothian City bus, just tap your card or device, wait for the beep, and you're good to go. If you'd like to use your card to pay for others' tickets, just tell the driver the ticket or tickets that you'd like, and then tap your card or device when prompted, and you'll get a paper ticket or tickets. So for example, if I'd like to use Tap Tap Cap for myself, but I'd also like to pay for a single ticket for my friend who's accompanying me, then when I get on the bus, I would tap my card for my ticket, and then tell the driver that I would like a single ticket for my friend, and tap again when told to. If you're traveling on Airlink, Skylink, East Coast Buses, or Lothian Country buses, you'll have to tell the driver where you're going before tapping so that you get charged the correct fare. Another way to pay for the bus is by cash, but keep in mind that it needs to be the exact fare. You won't receive any change if you overpay. Just put the cash in the slot when you get on the bus and tell the driver what type of ticket you'd like, and they will disperse a paper ticket for you. You can also download M-Tickets via the Transport for Edinburgh M-Tickets app on iPhone and Android. The minimum purchase is £4. Right before you get on a bus, just activate your M-Ticket and show it to the driver. After you buy M-Tickets, you have 180 days to activate and use them. Keep in mind that you will need an internet connection to purchase M-Tickets and download them to the app, but you'll be fine without an internet connection to activate them to use on the bus. More information about M-Tickets can be found in our accompanying blog post. What about knowing which bus you need to take? Lothian Buses has a great app called Transport for Edinburgh, which allows you to plan your journey and see real-time arrival times. Most bus stops will also show real-time arrival times. If you won't have mobile data during your time in Edinburgh, you can always download an offline Google map of Edinburgh and use the journey planner there. It just won't provide you with real-time arrival times. We'll mention now a few tips when it comes to taking the bus. There are bus stops on Princes Street that have USB chargers in case your phone is running low on battery. But even if you're not waiting at a bus stop on Princes Street, the newer buses have USB chargers between the seats. And you'll also notice that the newer buses announce the next stops, so you should never miss your stop. You might also notice trams in Edinburgh. They work with Lothian Buses and provide services from Edinburgh Airport through the city centre to Leith and Newhaven in the north of Edinburgh. Fares for the tram are split into the city zone and airport zone. The single ticket fare for the city zone is the same as the bus at £2 per adult and £1 per child. The day ticket fare for the city zone is also the same as the bus at £5 per adult and £2.50 per child. There are a multitude of other fare options for the tram, which you'll find in our accompanying blog post. Now, how do you buy a tram ticket? There are several ways to do this, but the first thing to remember is that Edinburgh Trams has a pre-purchase policy. So with any type of ticket, you have to purchase and validate or activate the ticket before you board the tram. The first way to buy a ticket is at the vending machines located at each tram stop. You can pay by cash or most debit and credit cards. If paying by cash, you need to give exact change. The second way to buy a ticket is with M tickets, so exactly the same way as the M tickets for riding the bus. And the third way is to buy a ticket at the Edinburgh Trams website, which we've linked in the description below. You can pre-purchase a ticket and display the ticket on your device when needed. The tram has a pre-purchase policy because when you get on the tram, a ticketing services agent will go around and check that your ticket is valid. If you didn't buy a ticket before boarding the tram, you'll have to pay the onboard fare of £10 per person. If you're looking for a more convenient way to get around, you can take a black cab. City cabs and central taxis are the standard black cab providers in Edinburgh, and they look like the black cabs that you would find in London. The minimum base fare is £3.60. Uber is available as well. If you'd like to know about how to get from Edinburgh Airport to the city centre, we have an entire video dedicated to that, which you'll find in the description below. For going further afield via public transportation, there are several bus companies that operate at Edinburgh Bus Station, including CityLink, Megabus, Stagecoach, and National Express. Buses can take you all over Scotland and to other parts of the UK as well. Another option for going further afield via public transportation is taking the train at Edinburgh Waverley. Some of the train companies that operate from Waverley include ScotRail, London North Eastern Railway or LNER, TransPennine Express, Avanti West Coast, and Cross Country, and they go to many areas around the UK. If you'd like additional information about the things we've mentioned in this video, then be sure to check out our accompanying blog post, which you'll find in the description below. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about getting around Edinburgh, leave us a comment and we'll be happy to help. Be sure also to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you in the next video.